this week we're going to end the week with a Christmas book called Grandpa Bear's Christmas.
Grandpa Bear's Christmas by Bonnie Pryor, illustrated by Bruce Dejean. Copyright 1986 by Bonnie Pryor. Illustrations copyright 1986 by Bruce Dejean. For Matthew, the newest BP. For Grandpa and Grandma, Bill and Ravella, BD. Winter is my favorite time of year, said Grandpa Bear. Outside it's very cold, but inside I can sit by the fire and be snug as a bug in a rug. Harry Bear looked out the window at the snow. Winter is time for riding sleds and making snowmen, not for taking naps by the fire, he said. Let's make a snowman, said Samantha. I can help you. I'm going to make a big snowman, said Harry Bear. It will be bigger than our house. It will be as tall as the trees. You're too little. I will make it all by myself. Harry Bear put on his coat and went outside to make a snowman. Samantha Bear looked out the window. I want to go outside and make a snowman too, she said. I have to give Baby Bear his bath now, said Mama Bear. Maybe later I can help you. Why don't you play with your trucks or make a city out of blocks? Samantha made a tower with her blocks, but just as she put on the last block, the tower fell down, and some of the blocks rolled under the chair. I'm tired of playing with these dumb old blocks, Samantha said crossly. I wish I could make a snowman like Harry Bear. Grandpa Bear opened his eyes. Once I made the biggest snowman in the world, he said. He shut his eyes again. That was how I met my old friend Santa Claus. Did you really meet Santa Claus? Asked Samantha. Oh, yes, said Grandpa Bear. Of course, that was long ago. Santa was much younger then. Tell me about it, said Samantha Bear. She sat down on Grandpa's lap. Well, said Grandpa, it must have started when I decided to make a snowman. I wanted to make it very big, but I was too small. Then I had an idea. I would make the snowman on top of a hill. That would make him much taller. Did it work? Asked Samantha. Yes, indeed, said Grandpa Bear. He was a very nice snowman. I gave him a scarf and a hat and even some buttons for his coat. Then I remembered an old broom that I found on Halloween night. That will make the snowman look even better, I said to myself. So I went back to the house and got the old broom out of the closet. But Grandpa, how did you meet Santa Claus? Asked Samantha. Wait, said Grandpa Bear. I'm coming to that part. As soon as I gave that broom to the snowman, he began to talk. And oh, was he ever grouchy. Well, said the snowman, you certainly didn't make me very big. Is this the best you could do? I'm very sorry, I said. As you can see, I'm only a very small bear. But I did put you up on this hill so you could look bigger. That's another thing, grumbled the snowman. How can anyone see how wonderful I am way up here on this hill? Take me down this minute. I don't think that's a very good idea, I said. If you won't take me, then I'll go by myself, said the snowman. He took one step and then, oops, he slipped. Away he went, right over the top of the hill. Over and over he rolled, getting bigger and bigger. Help! Help, he cried. I order you to stop me this instant. Is this when you saw Santa Claus? Asked Samantha Bear. Soon, answered Grandpa Bear. I ran after the snowman, but he was rolling too fast to catch. At last, thump, he rolled right into a little house. Where was that? Asked Samantha. I'm not too sure, said Grandpa Bear. There was a sign in the front of the door reading Toy Shop, and there was a barn with some deer that knew how to fly and a sleigh nearby. It was the North Pole, said Samantha. I believe you may be right, nodded Grandpa Bear. I was standing there wondering what to do when a nice fat man with a red suit and long white beard came running to the toy shop. That must have been Santa Claus, said Samantha. That is exactly what he said his name was, said Grandpa Bear. He was very unhappy because it was time to load up the toys and this snowman was blocking the door. But the snowman wouldn't move, even when we asked him very politely. "Oh no," he said in a grouchy voice. "I am very dizzy. How would you like to roll over and over like that? I'm going to stand right here and never move." It looked like none of the children were going to get presents that year. Santa was dreadfully worried. "What did you do?" "I thought and I thought," said Grandpa Bear. "Then I had an idea. I made a nice fire to warm up my hands." "You must be very cold," I said to the snowman. "Why don't you warm yourself up by the fire?" "I am a little chilly," said the snowman. He moved just a little closer to the fire. All of a sudden, that snowman began to melt. He got smaller and smaller. Soon, there was nothing left but a big puddle. Santa was very happy. He loaded up the presents and gave me a ride home in his sleigh. Just then, Harry Bear came back into the house. "It was hard work making a snowman. Would you help, Grandpa Bear?" "We will all help," said Grandpa Bear. They all went outside. Harry Bear rolled a great big snowball to make the bottom of the snowman. Grandpa Bear and Samantha Bear rolled a medium-sized snowball to make the middle of the snowman. And Mama Bear and Baby Bear rolled a little snowball for the head. They made eyes from a piece of coal and put a hat and scarf on him. "It needs something else," said Harry Bear. "Maybe I'll give him that old broom in the closet." "Oh, no," said Grandpa Bear and Samantha Bear. "This snowman is perfect just the way he is." When they went back inside the house, Mama made everyone some cocoa. They all sat by the fire as snug as bugs in a rug. "Let's go for a walk in the snow," said Grandpa Bear one day. "Oh, yes," said Samantha Bear. She put on her warm winter coat and her boots. She put on her new mittens and her hat. Then Grandpa Bear put on his coat. Pop came off a button. Pop! Off came another button. "Oh, dear," said Grandpa Bear. "I'm getting too fat. Maybe I'll have to go on a diet." "Walking is good exercise," said Samantha. "Maybe after a walk your coat will fit again." Grandpa Bear and Samantha walked in the snow. Samantha walked backwards so she could see their footprints. "Walking in the snow makes me hungry," said Grandpa Bear. "Snow reminds me of ice cream." They walked into the ice cream shop. "What kind do you have?" asked Grandpa Bear. "We have vanilla, chocolate, and caramel crunch." "Oh, dear. Those are all my favorite flavors," said Grandpa Bear. "How can I choose?" "I'll have some of each." Samantha ate a bowl of chocolate. "I wonder if animals at the zoo like the snow," she said when they were done. Grandpa and Samantha walked to the zoo. A kangaroo looked very unhappy. "Don't you like the winter?" asked Samantha. "Oh, yes," said the kangaroo. "I was just teaching my child to ice skate, and now I can't find him anywhere." "Perhaps he crawled into your pocket to stay warm?" said Grandpa Bear. "Why didn't I think of that?" asked the kangaroo. She reached into her pocket and pulled out her child. "Now, Henry," she said, "you know it's time for your skiing lesson." She turned to Grandpa Bear and said, "How can I ever thank you?" "We were glad to help," said Grandpa Bear. "I have lost something too," said the lion. "What did you lose?" asked Samantha. "I've lost my dinner. Please come in and help me find it." Samantha Bear looked at the lion. She saw his hungry smile and his big sharp teeth. We would love to stay and help you," said Grandpa Bear very politely, "but we must hurry home for our own dinner." Samantha and Grandpa Bear hurried away from the zoo. "Whew," said Grandpa Bear. "Running is very hard on my old bones. I think I'll sit on this bench and rest." He saw a man selling popcorn. Grandpa Bear bought a bag for himself and one for Samantha. Samantha made angels in the snow while Grandpa Bear rested his tired bones. Then they walked home together. "I don't understand," said Grandpa Bear. "All of this walking and I still cannot button my coat. Perhaps I'm not really fat. Perhaps my coat is just too small." Grandpa Bear smiled. "I'm glad I figured that out. Now I can go home and eat our dinner. I'm as hungry as a bear." "It's almost time for Christmas," said Grandpa Bear one day. "I can feel it in the air." "I don't feel anything," said Samantha Bear. "You don't?" asked Grandpa Bear. He looked very surprised. He nodded. "I know what's wrong. It's because we don't have a Christmas tree." "I can help you chop down a tree," said Hairy Bear. "Look how strong I am." He showed Grandpa Bear his muscles. "I can see that Hairy Bear is getting very strong," said Grandpa Bear. "But someone must pick out the very best tree for us to chop." "I can do that," said Samantha. "I know just what kind of tree to pick. It will be the best one in the whole forest." "Hooray!" said Baby Bear. "Baby Bear must come too," said Grandpa Bear. "We'll need someone to say hooray when we're done." Grandpa Bear put on his coat. "Oh dear," he said. "My coat is getting smaller and smaller. What shall I do?" "Well, why don't you tell your old friend Santa?" asked Samantha. "Maybe he would bring you a new coat." "Santa's very busy remembering all the children," said Grandpa. "He's too busy for an old Grandpa Bear." They walked through the snow into the woods. Samantha Bear looked for the perfect tree. Grandpa Bear, Hairy Bear, and Baby Bear sat on a rock and waited. "Hurry," said Hairy Bear. "My toes are getting cold." Samantha looked and looked. None of these trees were just right. "How about this one?" said Hairy Bear. Too skinny," said Samantha Bear. "This one is nice," said Grandpa Bear. "Too fat," said Samantha Bear. "Hurry," said Hairy Bear. "Now my nose is getting cold." At last, Samantha found the perfect tree. It was not too tall. It was not too short. It was not too skinny or too fat. It was just the right size. Grandpa Bear walked all around the tree. "This is the best tree in the whole woods." Samantha is very good at picking out trees. "Hooray!" said Baby Bear. "Let's hurry and take it home," said Hairy Bear. "Now my ears are getting cold." Grandpa Bear and Hairy Bear chopped down the tree. They put it on a sled and carried it home. Baby Bear clapped his hands. "Hooray!" he said again. Grandpa Bear, Hairy Bear, and Samantha all pulled the sled back home. Baby Bear rode on top because he was too little. They brought the tree home into the house and stood it in the corner. "Wonderful," said Mama Bear. Hairy Bear and Samantha made paper chains to put on the tree, and Mama Bear and Grandpa Bear made strings of popcorn. "Something is missing," said Samantha Bear. "Oh, we forgot to put on the star." Grandpa Bear held Samantha Bear way high so she can put on the star. "Now," said Grandpa Bear, "close your eyes and see if you can feel Christmas in the air." Samantha Bear closed her eyes. She could smell the tree and hear the quiet of the snow. Far away, someone was ringing a little bell. It felt just like Christmas. "I can feel Christmas in the air," she shouted. "Hooray!" said Baby Bear. "I can feel it too," said Hairy Bear, "but I also can feel that my toes are still cold." Samantha Bear got a paper and pencil. She wrote Santa a letter. "Dear Santa, do you remember your old friend Grandpa Bear? He is the one who saved you from the snowman. His coat is too small, and I'm worried he might catch a cold. Do you think you could bring him a new coat? Love, Samantha Bear. P.S. You're invited to my Christmas play." Mama Bear gave Samantha a stamp, and she took the letter to the mailbox. Then she went home to practice for the play. "What are you going to be?" asked Hairy Bear. "I'm going to be a toy in Santa's workshop," Samantha said. "I'm going to be a mama doll." "You're lucky," said Hairy Bear, "and my Christmas play had to be a tree." Samantha practiced very hard. She said, "Mama," very loudly, and she said, "Mama," very softly. She said it in a high, squeaky voice, and she said it in a low, grumbly voice. She moved her arms like a doll. At last, it was Christmas Eve and time for the play. "Oh, dear," said the teacher. "Mr. Grizzly is sick. Now what shall we do? The Santa Claus costume is too big for anyone else." Samantha thought about Grandpa Bear's nice, warm lap. She thought about his coat that wouldn't button over his nice, big tummy. "Grandpa Bear is big enough," she told the teacher. "Can he say ho, ho, ho?" asked the teacher. "Oh, yes," said Samantha. "Santa himself taught him." Samantha ran and got Grandpa Bear from the audience. Grandpa Bear put on the Santa Claus suit. He looked just like Santa. At last, the play could begin. The elves did a dance, and the Christmas tree sang a song about snow. Samantha waved her arms like a mama doll. and she said Mama in just the right voice. Ho, 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 said Grandpa Bear. He sounded just right, too. Everyone cheered. Wonderful, said Mama Bear. Not bad, said Harry Bear. Hooray, said Baby Bear. Someone else was cheering and clapping. Someone with a red suit and a nice white beard. Ho, 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 said the someone. Then the someone slipped out of the door. They all hung up their stockings when they got home from the play. What shall we leave for Santa? Asked Mama Bear. Cookies, said Samantha Bear. Chocolate cake, said Harry Bear. Both, said Grandpa Bear. I'm going to stay awake and see Santa, said Harry Bear. So am I, said Samantha. You're too little, said Harry Bear. You'll fall asleep. Samantha Bear snuggled in her bed. She kept her eyes wide open. She listened for reindeer on the roof. Harry Bear did not see Santa Claus that night. He was sound asleep. But Santa saw Harry. Samantha Bear did not see Santa Claus put the presents under the tree, but Santa saw Samantha snuggled deep in her bed. Grandpa Bear did not see his old friend Santa that night. He was sound asleep in his chair by the fire, but Santa saw Grandpa. He left him a new coat with shiny gold buttons. Baby Bear did see Santa Claus that night. Santa gave him a drink and tucked him back in bed. Hooray! Said Baby Bear. Ho, 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 said Santa. Then he went back up in the chimney and got in his sleigh. Merry Christmas, called Santa as he flew his sleigh away. Merry Christmas to all.
Hi guys, we hope you enjoyed the book. We hope you have a super duper weekend, and we will talk to you guys again on Monday. If you like this book, remember to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Have a great weekend, you guys, and we will talk to you again on Monday. Bye.